Alright guys, we're back with the solution to question 7, trying to wrap up the solution to the questions that were given. So, first of all, you're told that you're given two matrices, both of them are 2 by 2 matrices obviously, and we're asked to determine part 1. So we're at question 7, part 1, we're asked to determine D minus C. Now negative is present, and also the matrix has, or the matrices has algebraic expressions. Now the second matrix is what you need to be concerned about in terms of making sure that you bracket the algebraic expression in there, especially because it's a minus subtraction problem. So let's quickly do that. So matrix D is minus 3, 3a plus 5, 6b minus 4, and 10, minus matrix C, which is 4, 2a minus 1, and you put that in bracket, b plus 3, that should also go in bracket, and negative 1. Okay, so that's what you should have. If you even didn't put the brackets at the first step, it definitely has to be in this step. So it would be subtracting corresponding elements, minus 4 minus 3 minus 4, and 3a plus 5 minus, open bracket, 2a minus 1. So if you don't have this step, then straight off the bat you're wrong. Alright, so 6b minus 4 minus, open bracket, b plus 3. This is a compulsory step that you have to have. If you don't have this without the brackets, you're incorrect. So I'm just telling you right away, if you do this step and the brackets are missing, then you're incorrect. And then finally 10 minus negative 1. Okay, so here it's going to be minus 7 right away. We have 3a plus 5, and we're moving the brackets now, so the negative sign will change this positive 2a to negative, and the negative sign will change this negative 1 to positive. So it'll be minus 2a plus 1. That's what you're supposed to have. 6b minus 4 minus b minus 3, and of course 10 plus 1. All right, so you can always group the like terms, and you should, but for convenience of speed and saving paper, etc., etc., I'm just going to indicate it here. So 3a minus 2a would just be a, or 1a, and 5 plus 1 would be 6. So again, 3a minus 2a is just a, and 5 plus 1 would be 6. 6b minus b would be 5b, and minus 4 minus 3 would be minus 7, and 10 plus 1 is simply 11, and that is what D minus C should be, and this is what you're supposed to have. Alright, so getting that out of the way. Alright, move on to part 2. So we're still at final question 7, part 2 now, where we're asked to find 2c plus 2d. And of course, the steps are, and the suggestion is that you find 2c first. And 2c would mean we're multiplying matrix C by 2, and matrix C is 4, 2a minus 1, b plus 3, and minus 1. And again, I'm recommending that you ensure that you do this step, because some of you tend to multiply, and you multiply only one piece by the 2, and then you leave the other piece untouched, which is bad. So you have to have the bracket here to signify that you're about to do expansion, and that is very important. 2b plus 3 in bracket, and 2 times minus 1. So you'd end up with 8. This would be 4a minus 2, 2b plus 6, and 2 times minus 1 is negative 2. And that is what 2c is. So we have 2c. Let me just put this. I don't have a lot of space to show. All right, let me just hold that for a second. All right, let's find 2d now. So 2d would mean we're multiplying matrix D by 2, and matrix D is minus 3, 3a plus 5, 6b minus 4, and 10. So this would simply be 2 times minus 3, 2 open bracket 3a plus 5, 2 open bracket 6b minus 4 and 2 times 10. And this would give us minus 6, 6a plus 10, 12b minus 8, and 20. Alright, and that is what 2d would be equal to. Now, remember that it's an addition that we need to do afterwards. Alright, so we need to add them. So I'm just going to put these two here so we can see what the two results are. The 2c and the 2d, so you can clearly look at that while we move forward. Alright, so that's 2c and 2d. Alright, so what we asked to find now is the addition of both. So 2c added to 2d. So 2c added to 2d would mean that 2c over there is 8, 4a minus 2, 2b plus 6 minus 2 added to what 2d was, and this is minus 6, 6a plus 10, 12b minus 8, and 20. So we're adding corresponding elements. So this would be 8 plus negative 6, 4a minus 2 plus 6a plus 10. Now, because it's an addition, I don't really need to put the brackets here because the addition sign won't change any signs in any bracket. So I really don't need to put the brackets here, but you definitely need to do it if it was subtraction, but it's addition. All right, so 4a minus 2 plus 6a plus 10, and of course 2b plus 6 plus 12b minus 8, and negative 2 plus 20. And again, we're just going to do the final answer here. This would be 8 plus negative 6 would be 2. 4a plus 6a is 10a. Minus 2 plus 10 is positive 8. 2b plus 12b is 14b. And 6 minus 8 is negative 2. And negative 2 plus 20 is 18. So that is what your answer should have been to this part of the question here, part 2. So we're moving on to the last part now. All right. And that part is half c minus d. All right, so let's get to doing that quickly. So question 7 part 3. Half c minus d. So of course we need to find half c first, and that is a half of whatever matrix c is, which is 4, 2a minus 1, b plus 3, and minus 1. Now you don't rush this, all right? Especially when it involves fraction. Some of you are a little bit antsy when they come out to fractions. So this would be half times 4, half open bracket 2a minus 1, half open bracket b plus 3, and a half times negative 1. And this would be equal to half of 4 is 2. Expand that, you get half of 2a is a minus a half, which is what we have there. And this would be a half b plus 3 over 2. And this is negative a half. And now we have c. All right, so we need to just subtract d from that now, and we're good to go. All right, so again, let me just put this out of the way. All right, I'll see if I can continue from here. I'm sure you're seeing half c there. So a half c minus d simply means 2a minus a half b plus 3 over 2 minus a half minus whatever matrix D is. And matrix D is minus 3, 3a plus 5, 6b minus 4, and 10. So this would give you 2 minus negative 3, a minus a half, minus in bracket 3a plus 5, a half b plus 3 over 2 minus open bracket 6b minus 4 and negative a half minus 10. All right, so we're going to close off with this quickly now. So this would be, well, 2 plus 3 a minus a half minus 3a minus 5. Remember, the negative sign changes all the sign inside the bracket when you're ready to remove the bracket. So this would be half b plus 3 over 2 minus 6b plus 4, and this is minus 10 and a half, obviously. All right, and that would give us, let me see if I can squeeze this final answer there. This would be 5. No, 1a minus 3a, because essentially this is 1a. So 1a minus 3a is negative 2a. Hope everybody sees that. And minus a half and minus 5 is minus 5 and a half. Half b minus 6b would be negative 5 and a half b. All right, so that would be negative 5 and a half b in essence. And 3 over 2, which is 1.5 plus 5 is 5.5. I'm sure you can appreciate that. 5.5 minus 10.5. So again, a half, if it was 1b minus 6b, that would give you negative 5b. But seeing that is a half, b must be negative 5.5. And of course, you should write this as an improper fraction. Essentially, all of these should be written as improper fractions there. So really and truly, let me just finish out this. Really and truly, what 6 you would want to see you have is 5 minus 2a minus 11 over 2 minus 11 over 2b plus 11 over 2 minus, so this would be minus 21 over 2. So that's the appropriate thing to write in the end. But if you do this, 6 is going to give you the marks anyway, I think. But this is traditionally how we do it when we dealing with matrices, really. But whichever way you go, it just looks a little bit more tidy. The individual element looks a little bit more tidy when you write it like that, as opposed to that. All right. So it's actually the reverse when you're doing the regular math without the matrices, that it wants to give the answer not in improper fraction. But traditionally for matrices, this is fine. All right. So let me see if I just can quickly do a flashback. Get all these papers together, maybe. But then again, you can always watch the video, review the video, and just pause at the moment. So maybe that's the best thing to do. So I hope you found this insightful. I didn't want to bombard you with too many working out questions this time around, because we still have a lot to do in matrices. So when we come back to lessons, we're going to be looking at a different aspect of matrices, which is extremely important. So I hope you guys found this video insightful, and I'll see you guys on the next video.